Hey, what's going on? It's Mr. Sip Smoking Shell right here. Today is Mad Men Mondays. It's March 16, 2026, and I'm going to tell you why I'm mad. Yeah, I'm going to tell you why I'm mad. Thank you for coming back to Sip Smoking Shell, where this is a glimpse into my life and things into my head and the stuff that I think about. So today is Mad Men Mondays, and I'm going to tell you why I'm mad. Yeah, I'm going to tell you why I'm mad. I got a couple of reasons, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm mad at this traffic, first of all, because I'm in traffic, but neither here nor there. I'm also mad because over the spring break weekend last week, today is Monday, so last week there were reportedly $2.2 million that came through the airport coming to Houston as their destination over the last weekend. So of course, everything was packed, everything was crowded, the prices were exaggerated and elevated and outrageous due to the number of people that were going to be here, and the club owners, the lounge owners, the hookah bars, whatever, was taking advantage of y'all. The hotel prices, yeah, they were taking advantage of y'all. I heard that they were charging $600 for a section, and that wasn't even including alcohol. So if your dumbass self was paying $600 just to sit in the section to impress somebody that you don't know or don't care about or don't have nothing to show for it, but you trying to impress them, you's a sucker, for real. And, y'all didn't do nothing but come to this city and cause a bunch of havoc and cause traffic. So I'm sure that everybody that own these clubs and these lounges and these restaurants appreciate y'all for coming. But as a native Houstonian, I didn't expect y'all to come here, even though I don't care that y'all came here. Come and have a good time. And don't act like a bunch of wild dogs, like reportedly on Saturday night. Well, it wasn't reported. They had an incident down at the Houston Rodeo where people were acting like children and fighting and running and doing all kind of havoc. Then they had to cut the carnival rides down at 10 o'clock, and deprive people out of 2 hours of fun just because y'all can't get y'all together. Yeah. So I'm also mad that as today is March 16 and this Mad Men Mondays, the government has been shut down or partially shut down for this is going on day number 31 that the government has been partially shut down and TSA workers are not being funded. They got a check last week that said 0 goose egg, nada, nothing, $0. You understand what I'm saying? So they got checks. So how much money? That's the crazy part. How you gonna give me a check with $0? So now you done paid to cut this check, but who still receive checks now? Who don't have a banking account but that's a whole nother story. But TSA is not being funded. The government is partially shut down, and the people, some of you 2.2 million people that came to Houston experienced that, and the people that were leaving Houston experienced that. They had over 5 hours. Some people stayed in the TSA line for 5 hours, missing their flights and missing their fun and all this other connecting flights and the shit that they had to do in other cities that have nothing. But hey, this is what y'all voted for. This is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted an orange man to be president, and guess what? You're paying the price for it. He hasn't. Matter of fact, he said that he wasn't going to start and end all the wars. And then he goes and start one. But this, according to him, this is technically not a war. So we've been at war with Iran, if you want to call it that. We've been at odds and been fighting with these folk for almost 2 months. We've been fighting with these people for over 16 days. We've been having a skirmish, but they're saying that it's not a war when it is a war. Some people say it's not a war, but then Peter Hitch says, the guy, he says it's a war. The president, the orange man, he won't call it a war. He called that one thing, he called it an adventure. Yeah, okay. He called it an adventure and said all this stuff, but we've been fighting with these folks for 16 days. Don't know why. He can't explain why. He says it's over nuclear weapons. It ain't over nuclear weapons. It's over a distraction. You remember this shotgun technique? That's all a distraction to get your mind off of the Epstein files, which was part of his promise that he ran on, saying, I'm going to release the Epstein files. until he found that his name was mentioned in there over 1 million times. Then he's like, hold on, wait a minute, let's redact it. Big word, mean let's hide it, let's cover it up. So that's neither here nor there, but that's what's happening. This ain't a real war. This is a distraction. And kids, young kids are losing their life, and they are getting more kids to come and to be a part of this nonsense, but potentially lose their life because he wants to distract you from what's really going on, which is the Epstein files. But that's why I'm mad today. This is Mad Men Mondays, and this is my opinion, and my opinion only. These are the thoughts and the opinions of RGT only. So hey, take it for what it's worth. Mr. Sip, Smoke, and Share, sip, sip. Hey, y'all be good. Sip, sip.